Our hearts beat to the city streets.
Whiny, wake up, he said, pulling off the blanket from your body. Please let me sleep. You said, hiding your face in a pillow. I am asking you for one last time. Wake up. You are getting late for school. He said, and snatched the pillow away from your head and threw it on the floor. Opa, I said, I am not well. You groaned, digging your fingers in the bed sheet. This is daily occurrence, my sweet sister. Please try something new. He said, giving you an annoying look. By the way, what happened to you? He asked, tapping his shoes on the floor while fixing his hair. I have headache, you said and fakely whined. Jimin was about to touch your forehead when you jerked his hand away. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a stomachache. You said, putting your hand on your stomach and gently rubbed it. Oh, is that so? Wait, let me help you, my sweet sister. He said, giving you a sheepishly smile. You smiled back at him with your eyes blinking. Jimin took a sigh and gripping him tightly, pushed you off from the bed and then dragged you to the bathroom while you were digging your nails in his hand. Ah, you brat, you yelled at him. Jimin didn't bother as he dragged you inside the bathroom and locked the door from outside. Call my name, sweet sister, once you are done with chore, he said, plopping down on the bed with a smirk around his lips. You groaned and turned on the tap as you had no other option. You knew if you showed some more tantrums, Jimin will call your mom who has went to Busan to stay with your elder sister who married few months ago. And you couldn't dare to mess up with the iron lady who won't say a word to you, but her hands are slippers which hit like rock, ladle, and sometimes plates. So you took a bath like a good girl, and once you were done, you called for your annoying brother who unlocked the door in no time and rubbing your hair, he gave you a toothy grin. You have 5 minutes to get ready, so don't do makeup and all that stuff. I'm already late for my college. First, I will drop you, then I will leave for my college. He said, poking your nose and then shooting you a glare. He went down the stairs. Moving your hands in air, you walked to your wardrobe from where you fetched out a red tank top along with skirt. He had the dream that I do makeup stupid, you said to yourself and walked to the vanity. You were type of girl who hated doing makeup as you didn't want to attract anyone. In fact, you wanted all of them to hate you. But still, boys in your college store glances at you and whispered into each other's ears. And why not? You were beautiful with nice hair, so anyone could easily drool over you. You had a cold, bossy, and also caring personality which made you more attractive and appeal for anyone. Why she don't compel me to turn into the monster, he yelled from the downstairs. You sighed heavily and applying a light lip tint on your cheeks and lips you went to the downstairs. You don't need to turn into the monster. You are the one, you said, messing up his styled hair. Hey, don't touch my hair, he said, pulling your hair. You groaned, putting his black shiny shoes, making him scream with anger. Somehow you reached the college as he dropped you in the ground. Why, Anshi, don't you dare to mess up with anyone in the college. Just focus on your studies like a good girl and behave nicely to everyone. His half words were still in her mouth. You cut him off by waving goodbye to him, and then you ran to the hallway. You smiled, looking up at the blue sky. A beautiful day, sun shining, birds were flying to the sky. Some students were playing in the huge ground, while some gossiping and laughing. You were jumping on the ground while putting your hands on your backpack when suddenly you heard your friend Sia calling your name loudly. You looked up and saw her running to you through hallway. Don't tell me something is weird, you said, looking at her as she was trying to catch some breath. One was a bullying girl, she somehow spoke out while putting her hands on her knees. No one's stopping him as usual, right? You said, making an annoying face. Unfortunately, yes, she said, wiping off the sweat from her face. Hold my bag, you said, taking off the bag from your shoulders. Vayani, he's dangerous. No one ever dare to mess up with him. His dad is a rich man and he would spare you until you resign from the college. She said, showing a concern for you. It's not me who will resign but he. You said, tying your black hair with a ponytail. With nose flaring, you went to the hallway where you saw a number of students watching them like a silent spectator. I said, you are gonna pay me, he yelled at her. She was denying continuously while tears were falling on her cheeks. Bravo, you said, clapping your both hands. The crowd divided into two parts to look at you properly. The boy looked at you and smirked as you walked to him and held his gun smirking back at him. Well, I won't mind if a girl like you would show some interest in me, he said. Oh, is that so? You said and gave him a tight slap. How dare you, you brat, you yelled, raising his hand, but to your good fortune you held his hand. Everybody got shocked as they started to whisper, looking at you in a disbelief. Before he could look up at you, you grabbed his, started to drag him to the staff room. You let this color once you saw principal and teachers present in the staff room looking at you frowned. There was your English and maths professor Jungkook also sitting there as he looked at you in a shock. You professors and principals should be given an award for blindly sitting in the staff room and getting a chill AC cooling. You have nothing to do if someone in the college is being bullied, you said loudly while sweat covering your forehead. Jungkook looked at the principal who was glaring at you as your voice was sounding like scolding. A person who didn't know you would must think that you were insulting everyone in the staff room. Mayan, we will resolve the issue. You go back to your class. He said coldly looking at you. Go back to my class so that this idiot use some power and release like a bird. You said glaring at the boy. Try to understand. I promise he will suffer. He said closing his eyes to make you believe him. You let out a scoff and looked at Jungkook in a disbelief. I won't go until he will be thrown out from the college, Professor Jeon Jungkook. You said looking into his dark eyes. Jungkook let out a sigh as he knew you were not like those students who will listen to him easily. Jungkook gestures Sia to take you back in your class. Sia nodded and pulled you from there somehow. What is this? Why you took me in the classroom? You yelled at her as she made you sit on the chair. Because you were exaggerating the matter. Why you yelled at Professor Jungkook? Did he had a dream that someone was being girl? She said and trying to make you understand. Why when I yelled I just told him the reality. You said yelling at her, catching everyone's attention. Oh my, what's wrong with your tone, Mayan? See, you are again yelling, she said, sighing. Did I overreact? You asked, feeling regretful. You asked, looking at her with a pout. Yes, thankfully you realized you know Professor Jungkook really well. He's cold, ice king and too rude, but still you yelled at him. She said, sitting on the chair next to you. How do I know? Should I say sorry to him? You asked, looking at her anxiously. Sorry wouldn't be enough for this, she said. Okay, I won't say then. I will stay quiet. You said, smiling at Sia. Sia rolled her eyes and looked through the window. Someone please help this dumb girl, she said to herself, looking at you. By the way, whose class is this? Did you ask, yawning? You just made enemy, she said, showing you a cheeky smile. He will for sure take revenge from me, you said, throwing your head on the desk. Time skipped. Jungkook was teaching the lecture while you were yawning continuously as you didn't sleep well last night. You looked at him and felt yourself lost into him. He's looking so scary, she whispered near your ear. You didn't reply as you were only staring at him. Sia sighed and waved her hand in front of you. Why, he's so handsome, you mumbled to yourself while staring at him. Did you say something? She asked, giving you a frown. You shrugged your shoulders, looking at her. Of course not, you said, smiling. Jungkook looked at you and slamming his hand on the desk, he walked towards your desk. Get up, leave Ian, he said, putting his both hands inside his pocket. Did you call for me, sir, or did I overhear it? You asked, looking at him confused. Tell me what topic I was explaining to the class right now, he asked, narrowing his eyes. Actually, sir, I was so lost into your way of explaining that I didn't realize what you were teaching to the class. You said, giving him a toothy grin. Everyone looked at you surprised, as no one dared to talk to him like that. Jungkook is a strict professor, and all the students trembled only by his name. She shut her eyes as she knew you were mad now. Well, sir, will you get me out from the class or I should go by myself? You said, crashing image of being dumb. Sia sighed, regretting her life decision to make you her friend. Get lost from the class before something done by my hands. He yelled at you, making you scoff. Relax, sir. It will increase your blood pressure, which is not good for your health and wealth. You said, giving him a wide smile. Jungkook shot you a stare, making you gulp down. Okay, okay, I'm going, you said and walked outside the classroom. Time skip, you were sitting in the library for the first time and you saw Jungkook walking to the library and you also walked behind him instead of going to the canteen. Why and how long you are gonna stare at him and why he is finding too difficulty to find a specific book. Why Annie, I don't think so he's gonna find it. Let's go to the canteen and have something to eat, she said, running her tummy dramatically. Can't you just hold for a few minutes? You said, staring with him with smile. Suddenly the Miss Beauty, by the way makeup is the secret of Janna's beauty, came in the library along with her two baby dolls. She looked at Jungkook and smirked, walking to him. You are gonna be mine, Jeon Jungkook, she said to herself, walking to him in a way. Hey, Professor Jungkook, she said, rolling a strand of her hair. Jungkook placed the book in a bookshelf and turned around with cold expressions. Yes, he said coldly. You are my favorite teacher in this whole college. I don't know why, but I feel so good whenever I see you, she said, giving him a wide smile. Anything else? He asked without bothering. Poor get insulted, you said to Sia, and you both started laughing. Oh, actually, I mean, his half words were still in her mouth. Miss Jana, I think you have a lot of time to waste, but sorry, I'm quite busy, so it's better for you to leave, he said in his cold voice. Ha ha ha, you laughed, clapping your both hands in the air. I'm sorry, sir, I gotta go now, she said, embarrassed, and then walked outside the library. Jungkook looked at you and making an eye contact for a while, he broke it and started to search for a book, though he had searched the book long ago, but he was finding context. Suddenly, your chemistry professor entered the library and his eyes fell on you. He walked towards you while holding papers in his hands. Oh no, Professor Felix coming towards us. I think the result of chemistry tests have been out, you said to Sia while putting your hand on your face so he couldn't see you, but it was too late. Lee Wyan, stand up, he said, slamming his hand on the table. Jungkook looked at him as he didn't get why Felix was listing each word of your name. You removed your hand from your face and forcing a smile at him, you stood up in a slow motion. What is this? He yelled, throwing the test sheet. You gulped and looked at the test sheet where egg was shining as usual. Oh, this, but you don't need to panic, sir. It's just a test. I promise I will try my best to score good marks in final test and I will make you feel proud, sir, you said, giving him a cheeky smile. You have already made me feel enough proud at my teaching skills. The students like you are born to raise the temperature of teachers, he said coldly, making you scoff. Hey, sir, your shirt color, why it's so nice. By the way, you look handsome in this, you said, giving him a toothy grin. Oh, you like it? Miss Lee also told me that I am looking handsome today. Hey, don't you dare to make me fool as you do with other teachers, he said, fixing his glasses. Oh, she can praise him for only few marks, he muttered to himself while clenching his hands into fists. Well, I will try to make you fool, sir. I swear this really suits You were speaking good, but he cut you off. Levi, the final exams are just around the corner, and if you continue getting 0 marks, you will have to repeat the same class. So from today, you are gonna come to my house where I will give you extra classes. I will also talk to your parents about this matter. He said, giving you a quick smile. No, sir, I can't. This will be my little brain. You said, looking at him with the puppy eyes. Jungkook glared at you and then placing the book back in the bookshelf, he walked towards you with long and steady steps. Hey, Mr. Felix, I have already talked to the principal about tutoring Vian, so don't you need to bother. I will teach her really well. Don't worry, he said, giving you an intense dark stare which made you gulp down. But he was cut off by him. Mr. Felix, I said you don't need to worry. I will make sure that Vian score A plus in her exams. He said in a reassuring tone. Okay, fine then, he said and then left. Jungkook turned towards you, making you smile creepily. Sir, I don't think so. I am in need to take extra classes. You smiled at him. Today at 4 o'clock you will be right in front of the main door of my house, and if not so, I will make sure that you resign from the college, he said, shooting you a stare and then left. Oh, why he's so rude, you whined, looking at Sia, who shrugged her shoulders in a response. The clock on the wall clock clicked 3:45 o'clock as you got up from the bed and went to the wardrobe, from where you picked a white t-shirt along with blue skinny jeans. You then ran to the dressing table to apply a lip tint on your cheeks. Suddenly your room door swung open and Jimin entered in. Hey sweetie, where are you going? He said, throwing the peel of banana on the floor. I have extra classes with Professor Jungkook. He asked me to come to his house at 4 o'clock, but I don't wanna go. Oh, why this study is so difficult? Can't we have a layer time to just sit and relax for a while? You groaned, attempting to wear your shoes. That's great. Finally, I have a time to calm at home, he said, laying on the bed while his hand resting below his head. You glared at him and was about to go out when suddenly your feet slipped from the banana peel and you fell on the floor, which made Jimin laugh out loudly. You brat, no one can save you from my hand, you yelled, throwing your shoes in his direction. And it successfully hit his head, which made you laugh loudly. After clicking tongue at him, you ran to the downstairs. You were standing in front of Jungkook's house door as you rang the bell and glanced at your wristwatch, which was ticking 5 o'clock in the evening. After a few minutes, he opened the door and coldly asked you to come follow me to the upstairs, he said, coldly, walking to the upstairs. I'm sorry, sir, it's just because of my brother who annoys me a lot, you said, walking upstairs. Jungkook didn't say anything and entered in his bedroom and walked to the side table, from where he picked up the coffee mugs which he had made half an hour ago for you both. You didn't notice it and sat on the bed after placing your notebooks on it. You open the books, I will make coffee for you, he said, taking the mugs to the downstairs. You look at his disappearing figure and opened your notebooks. After a few minutes, he came back holding two coffee mugs, placing them on the side table. He sat on the bed beside you. Jungkook was all focused on tutoring you while you were stealing glances at him. So Vian, 1055 multiply 667 equal to, he asked, looking at your face, which was so to him. Jungkook heartbeat raced faster as he didn't realize when he gulped down. When few short strands of your hair fell on your lips, his eyes fell on you. Actually, I know the answer, but I will rather have a sip of some coffee first. You said while trying to solve the question in your mind. You took a first sip and scream left your mouth. As the coffee was hot in haste, the cup slipped from your hand and fell on your shirt. Oh, did it hurt? He asked, panicking while you were brushing off the coffee from his skirt. He got up and grabbing a white shirt closer, he walked back to you. Change into his, otherwise it will burn, he said, handling your shirt. You nodded, taking the shirt from him, and then ran to the bathroom and after, as you were feeling a burning sensation on body. After a few minutes, she came back into the room and walked to Jungkook, whose mouth opened as you were looking so beautiful in shirt. You smirked and sat beside him, making him gulp down. Thank you, sir, you said. Welcome. His half was stuck in a mouth. It was showing to great extent, but he could catch up, making him gulp down. Teach me, sir, you said, scolded. Don't regret, little doll, he said. 3 hours later, you said, sorry, little bird, he whispered.